Well, you're streaming?
Well, yeah,
About to.
yeah, we're about to. We're doing a debate.
Wait.
I'm streaming right now, actually. Huh?
Is Truth in them hopping in?
I don't think so.
Nah.
And if they do, if they don't, I mean, if they do, then freaking who cares, dude?
If they do, I just get gangbanged live. So.
All right, here's the link, dude.
All right, thank you.
That's the funniest thumbnail I've ever made. I swear to God. That shit is so fucking hilarious. I don't even care.
Right. You should actually get someone to make unique arts of you guys, like clashing heads.
Well, that would require a commission, unless someone was kind enough. Although I don't think there's. I'm gonna be honest. I don't think there's very many talented individuals in the Dokkan community. Okay.
Whoa.
I'm just kidding. No, I'm sure there's somebody who'd be able to do that. Ulton better than Broly, 100% lies. Little bro thinks he can debate with Master. Yeah, with Master Bader.
You are a baiter.
I'm not a baiter. Alan's the fucking baiter here. Alan's the challenger here. Always remember that, guys. He's the challenger here, right?
The challenger. Bro, you challenged me on God.
Shut up about that, bro. God damn.
Let's be real. You guys both challenged each other, and now you guys are taking on YouTube.
No.
Bro, look at this unprofessionalism, by the way. Got Howard and Beyond still on there, bro. They're not even here.
That's true. They aren't here. They aren't here. And Howard left the fucking server too, so I don't know what happened with that one.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, I have no clue. I literally have zero idea what happened with that thing, but that's okay though. That's okay.
God damn.
The Masked Ninja's in here. Gohan isn't even close to Broly. Yeah, I agree. He's kind of, I don't know. I feel like, yeah, I feel like Broly's just clearly better. But you could argue Gohan in the top like 6 or 7 to me. I have Broly 5. You could even maybe like you convince me even lower, but we'll just have to see. I'd have to think about like who I like more. Well, we're not. Let's wait for everyone to hop in, and then we'll start stream. What'd you say?
Is it Alan?
Carpal tunnel.
Carpal tunnel. You have carpal tunnel right now?
No, I think I'm developing it, bro.
Yeah, man. I feel like that too. You know, like sometimes I get that like weird stinging in my hands, or like it just goes numb sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been like scared about that. It's like I stretch out my fucking arms every time, any chance I get.
Yeah, you spend less time on the PC, bro.
Yeah, trying to. I mean, I really do try, but I'm like always trying to write a script or make a edit content or whatever. I don't really have the choice. But like when it comes to like
by contract.
Yeah. Whenever it comes to playing games though, I'm just like I'm just gonna play like Red Dead or something on the console. I don't feel like straining my arm. Okay, let me go to Twitter and post the link.
Oh man,
guys, you started some beef with Alan. Well, actually, Alan starts beef with me all the time, man. This guy. What's up, Ignid?
Stop beefing everyone, bro.
Is bro drinking wine? Indeed. It's a fruit Moscato. It's a fruit Moscato. It's a fruit Moscato. Okay. Yeah, Alan's laughing like that because he thinks it's fruity, but it's okay though. I mean, it's fine. I prefer when I drink. I like to drink wine sometimes. It's like light. I don't feel like I get drunk. I prefer whiskey, but wine is good.
Trying to fool us, bro.
Yeah, come out with your true colors.
I'm doing my food Moscato, bro. It's not fruity.
What's up, Leewave? Let me go ahead and.
Future wasn't the Future supposed to get in here at some point?
Yeah, and it's supposed to bring snacks too.
Oh, there he is.
Asshole. Is he here? Oh, there he is.
Just ban him, bro.
Just go ahead and ban him. Isn't he on your side, bro?
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. Don't even know at this point.
This is the funniest thumbnail I've ever fucking made. I don't care.
Gin and tonic.
What's up, Victor?
Of course you're a gin and tonic guy, bro.
I'm a gin and tonic guy? Oof. It's rough. That's rough. Tonic just like sounds like poison to me. You know what I mean? Like it just sounds like poison.
No, the tonic part is nice. The gin is the gross part.
Nah, man. Nah, gin and tonic sounds like fucking actually like poison. It's okay though. All right, I'm gonna get my stuff set up so I can fact check myself.
Oh,
All right, I guess we should go ahead and establish what our points are going to be. So, Alan, go ahead and let the audience know what you're trying to
Okay.
argue here.
So me and Oni talked about it a little bit before stream, but my point the entire time, by the way, you can trace back to every single time I've said it, was that I am fine with Brody being slightly above Gohan. I think you could definitely argue it. My point is that there should not be a massive gap they basically do the exact same thing with slight differences. I think it can be either 1-2 spots either way, but if you're arguing more than like 4, 5, 6 spots, you're delusional because they're stat-wise they're the same. And I think the main thing is, one, people don't know how to rate units with damage properly. I just think they see supers and think that means more damage, but it doesn't. And two, I don't think people just know how to rate units with RNG in general. And that's a pro for Broly. I'll get into it later on, but just briefly, that's a pro for Broly. He is more, he gets his supers for free, but Gohan's floor is not even that much lower than Broly's average, if that makes sense.
Okay, so what are Broly's flaws? Let's establish that. Not Broly, Broly's flaws, and let's talk about Ultimate Gohan's flaws.
When I said floor, I mean like defensive floor. I didn't mean.
Right. No, I mean, but like explain what they are.
But is my mic going robotic or something? Vector saying robot Alan. Is it fine?
Oh, that's why. Okay, you're good. What's up, Redo?
So, should I repeat what I said?
Yeah.
Can the guys
in
chat say?
I switched scenes and I didn't have the desktop audio muted, so go ahead.
All right. What was Broly's flaws? So Broly, his defense. I think him and Gohan's defense can lack in certain areas for some events. I think his base is quite well. It's not underwhelming, but I think it's actually worse than Gohan's base. Just stat-wise, flat out, I think it's worse.
In Ultimate
he has
Gohan's
no
base.
tech. He has no tech. What? Sorry. What was
In
that?
Ultimate Gohan's base or Broly's base?
Oh my god! Well, I think Broly's base is worse than Gohan's base. Like flat out, it's just worse. Brody has no tech when Gohan does. The 2-turn support is really, really good for Cell Max. It's helpful anyway, really, but it makes his defense turn 1 a lot higher as well. Broly's flaws, I think he's just a straightforward unit. I think that there's no way you can really mess up playing with him. I think that he's pretty similar to Armor Gohan. I think they have the same flaws. Locking, sealing bosses, they just fuck both of them hard. I saw people talking about Trunks and Beast. The same thing happens for both units in those events. It doesn't change a thing. So I'm not even sure why people are saying that for Armor Gohan when it's just a clear flaw with Broly as well. But that's basically it.
So okay. So my thing is, whenever I've argued about Broly, I've always thought that Broly and Gohan's base were very clearly, like, very similar build, like definitely very clearly. I think Gohan even had the edge because of the support that he provides the first 2 turns.
Yeah.
I mean, the stacking is nice, but like I feel like defensively, they're about similar. Yeah, I could say that. I just always felt like Broly getting the guaranteed super attacks though is like always like not guaranteed super attacks, but like it's a lot higher, that he supers compared to Gohan in base.
Unless
I feel like that is very helpful when it comes to getting through some of these events. I feel like they do have some of the same weaknesses in certain bosses, like if there's locking, or sealing and stuff like that. It definitely screws them over.
Yeah,
like both of them. But my thing is, whenever Broly transforms, which is about like in the Gogeta fight, it's about when you'd want to use Ultimate Gohan's active skill. I feel like both of them. I feel like Broly just takes the edge over Gohan. Not only is he like buffing himself, but he's buffing every villain on the team as well. And as
In
we know,
what?
like
All right, I'll let you finish. Actually, sorry.
he's buffing every villain on the team. Sure, the domain debuffs superclass characters, but the superclass characters that you're running with Broly shouldn't really be too affected by his domain anyway. Like Beast Gohan, I don't think is really dying because he's getting a little debuffed by Broly's domain. I just don't think that's happening with how fast that team works. And then also, on top of that, he's buffing himself. He's got crit. He's got damage reduction. He's a pretty reliable slot 1. Sure, you can definitely probably get caught in some bosses. I haven't really experienced that in Gogeta or Somax really. Whenever he transforms on a base. So I feel like Broly with the domain, with what he's providing, and how fast he's killing bosses. I feel like he has the edge over Gohan, and I don't think it's really an argument. Whenever the damage may be comparable, but I don't think like the unit itself is comparable when it comes to Broly activating his domain and transforming. So
that is a common argument I see. I'll try and like go over everything you said there, but the common argument I see is that Brody can transform turn 5, blah blah blah. He's got the turns constantly. I just don't think that's true. If so, you can obviously transform turn 5. The turn after, you will lose defense, and people say it's not an issue, but unless you kill the boss, it is an issue for Gogeta Blue, and that's the only. I mean, there's weaker events where sure you can probably take advantage of it more, but for Gogeta Blue, I think it's better just to transform turn 7. In general, because what are you really doing on that turn 5 transformation? You're doing a little bit more damage to tech, or a fair amount more damage to Tech Gogeta, who already going to die. He was going to die no matter what, if we're being honest. Like, in those 2 turns, how is he not dying? Like, when you're just going to go back to Brody anyway. And then you get a massive turn of damage with Brody. I think it's just the wrong play in general. Like, I don't see why you'd ever do it. The domain 100% can mess you up. That is just cap.
Well, no, it doesn't. It doesn't really mess you up unless you were running like I don't know, like your entire team is based around superclass characters. It doesn't really mess you up too much. Like Broly's team has gotten so many extreme class buffs. I mean, you're really not worried about it. Like I run Broly's team. How I run Broly's team is I run Broly, Evolution Blue, and I could honestly even say like if I had Tech Super Vegeta, I'd run him instead. But you could run him, Evolution Blue, Beast Gohan. You have Fat Boo. Now that Kid Boo Super Easy Ace coming out, I'm going to be running him instead of Mr. Boo, and then LR Broly Trio or like whoever, right? And that team is pretty much filled with just extreme class characters. The only one character that's screwing you over is the Beast Gohan, but it's like hardly even the case because by the time, well, I mean, if you run him, right? But like I said, I would prefer to have run Super Vegeta over Evolution Blue, and Super Vegeta is an extreme class character, so he's not really dying. He's not getting you killed because of that. So, I mean, his domain, like, when it came out, you could definitely argue that, like, yeah, you had a lot of struggles. But now that there are extreme class characters on that team that really are going to make the team just overall stronger and not really hold you back and buff you while the domain is up, like, it's not really that much of a struggle.
Buff is almost completely irrelevant for, like, except for one partner you run with Broly, and that is Super Saiyan Vegeta. You can do more damage to Gogeta with the domain up. Yeah, I think you get the 1.1 times damage, obviously, which is good. But that boss is dying instantly regardless. It makes literally no difference. And the same with Ultimate Gohan. Use the active, you take 4 bars to 5 bars of his health. I think a massive issue with people rating damage on these units is, one, people do not know how much the active damage actually does for Gohan. It can be like between a 30 to 50 million attack stat straight up. Like, just instantly. And you can crit on it. So I just like how people don't understand that is just mental to me. But you know, and I think people think the additionals do nothing for Gogeta Blue. I think that if you're one-shotting the boss regardless every time, why does it matter if Brody does slightly more damage for that event? It just doesn't. It's like an irrelevant argument.
I mean, it's more so just like how I feel like how much I don't know, man. Like Broly can get his stuff out pretty early in the Gogeta fight. It's like I think the STR phase is pretty. Yeah, I know it's turn 5, but like the STR phase is like I think where I've got Broly's. What do you mean? What team am I running? I mean, when Broly's stuff first came out, like when Broly's stuff first came out, I mean, the team wasn't like super ultra quick. You know what I mean? Like when Broly first came out, it was like Gogeta, Broly, Zamasu, etc. Right? Like that was the team. It wasn't moving like super fast.
If you're getting to STR Gogeta on turn 5 and staying there,
What do you mean staying there?
I mean,
like, what does that mean?
well,
Like,
you're there
the
on turn 5.
implication would
five,
be that I'm transforming with Broly on his turn 5, which would either be the STR phase or the tech phase. That's where I've most commonly gotten it.
The tech phase makes sense to me, but the STR phase, that seems really slow.
I mean,
Gogeta.
yeah, but I mean, I'm just saying that's like the slowest I've gotten it, right? In Gogeta, that's the slowest.
Slowest maybe. With
Why is
Broly's
this
team, it's a
the main
fast-paced team, isn't it? You've got a lot of high damage units. Tech Vegeta doesn't do damage, so I mean maybe it's possible to get there like that slow, but I don't know. That just seems really slow to me. And again, but I just feel like you could go faster on many teams anyway with Gohan. So I don't. Again, if we're going to talk about damage, I think it's so irrelevant for Gogeta to talk about damage because they both do the exact same thing. You can get more damage out of Brody if you like sandbag and get his active earlier. But what's the point? You're going to kill those phases regardless without it. It's just like protect Gogeta. You can get it on turn 5. He's probably already like 3/4 half HP. You were going to kill him those 2 turns regardless.
Sure, but I guess Gohan being a slot 2, I've had his slot 1 unit kill the boss before he even has the chance to get like his damage off. You know what I mean? Like if you're running with Beast Gohan, Tech Ultimate Gohan, like I feel like Tech Ultimate Gohan, and like that STR phase, is like just decimating that fight, right? Like he's decimating it. And then you have like characters like if you're running, depending on the setup, if you're running Beast Gohan with him, like Beast Gohan isn't letting Gohan get the chance to get a stack in on that physical phase or probably even the SCR phase. Like he just kills those bosses so quickly. Him being a slot 2, I think really affects how this character is supposed to work for me, right?
We
like
talking about Broly.
No, I'm talking about Gohan. That's what I'm talking about.
Does that not apply to Broly as well though?
I mean, you could definitely apply it to Broly, but Broly doesn't rely on like a stack, right? Like I mean, he does get the defense raise on super attack, sure, but like that's for like what 4 turns after he supers, right? If you get 1 super attack with him, like you've got that defense for the next 4 turns, right? Like,
no, but it has to be. I mean, no. Well, if you're saying that, yeah, but it's the same with Gohan. He has to get 18 key. That's it. You don't have to.
Does Broly need to get an 18 key? I probably, right?
Yes, 100%. For his defense,
raises like attack, raises defense. Yeah. Yeah, for sure. For the 4 turns, yeah. But I mean, Broly getting 18 key is almost nothing, right? Like he gives himself key. Like that's a nothing number.
Okay. Gohan getting 18 key is free key as well, bro. It's also nothing.
Well, I mean, sure, with his orb changing and stuff like that, definitely. But I'm just saying, if you're running like some of these really powerful characters in slot 1, it's holding Gohan back a little bit because you're not able to get the stacks that you want off. Because I mean, I'm just saying in the Gogeta fight, the first 2 phases go down really quickly. Beast Gohan is slaughtering that. Tech Ultimate Gohan, unless he gets sealed in the first slot, is slaughtering that first phase of the fight too, right? And then when, the only time I feel like I've gotten the chance to get stacks off with Gohan in that fight is by like the SCR phase, right? By SCR Gogeta. That's where I've actually been able to launch like super attacks. I mean, it's more common than you think.
Before that, bro.
Huh?
You haven't been able to launch any super attacks on Gohan before that.
I'm just yeah. It feels like that's been one of my main complaints. It feels like I've been struggling to get the super attacks I want off because Tech Ultimate Gohan's killed either. Beast Gohan's probably killed the first 2 phases of the boss. Like he just triple super attack crits like every single time. Like it just murders the boss, and then Ultimate Gohan doesn't get the stacks he wants off.
I don't think that's true, bro. I think you can easily
get these first 2 phases are pretty weak when it comes to the fight. I mean, you could definitely say in Cell Max for sure, like Ultimate Gohan is able to get what he wants off, but in that Gogeta fight, it's a lot harder because
Tech Gohan is not one-shotting bosses.
He's not even one-shotting, but like he's very close to one-turning. You can get 1 stack off, but like by the time you get to by the time you get to physical, the blues, like the blues just die, man. They die. The gods even just die, right? Like depending on your rotation, the gods just die, right? If you let's say
free super and not kill the
this has happened to me so many times, dude. There's been times where I get Ultimate Gohan in slot 7, Ultimate Gohan in slot 7, and then I'm just by the time I actually get to him, the first phase is dead, right? Yeah, so there he is without a stack. And then on top of that, there have also been situations where I get Ultimate Gohan and then LR Ultimate Gohan slot 2. And by the time we get to Ultimate Gohan in the second turn, Tech Ultimate Gohan just kills the first phase. Like, that's happened to me so often. And that's not really Ultimate Gohan's fault. I'm not going to, make that his fault. But him being a slot 2, I think, holds him back. If he were able to be at slot 1 a lot easier, it'd be way better for him. I think being a slot 2
Brody,
for the guy holds
Brody
him back
does
a lot.
as well.
He is a slot 2, but it doesn't hold him back nearly as much as Gohan, I feel like. If you want
I think
the big boy damage.
you have to stack on. I just don't think that's an issue. I feel like you rarely kill the boss of Tech Gohan before supering on Omega that many times.
It definitely depends on your rotation. Like, if you get perfect RNG and you get the perfect rotation right away, then yeah, probably. But I mean, in most cases, that's just not really the case, right?
Yeah, right. So this is where I think Broly can be argued as better, where the team aspect can make Ultimate Gohan struggle, and I agree with that. But at the same time, so I don't think it's as big of an issue as people make out. I feel like you just float Ultimate Gohan and he gets one less stack. I don't think it's that big of a deal. He still does like pretty similar damage regardless.
Well, I mean, depending on who you're running him with, right? Like, I feel like the slot 1s are just murdering that second phase too.
Physical gods. I mean, they seal on Super, and I don't think they're not as squishy as you're making out, bro. They don't get one turn by Tech Gohan. That's just.
I don't know.
True.
I never said not Tech Gohan, but Beast Gohan. Like, I've gotten like one turn by that guy, man.
Yeah,
like,
Beast
Gohan's gotten like a triple super attack crit, like 17 million. Like, he's one turning that fight.
We're talking about for Beast Gohan.
Yeah. I mean, but I brought Beast Gohan up. I brought Beast Gohan up for that physical phase. I said depending on your setup, depending on the setup you use, like, he's definitely killing that fight pretty easily.
I mean, yeah, Beast will kill the physical blues definitely, but I've seen Beast not kill them before.
It depends. I mean, it definitely depends.
It depends. It does depend. I mean, sure, you might have fights like that. That will also fuck Broly over for the next phase if he doesn't super as well. And Beast is a more popular partner
for sure. But
Broly.
like I said, I think I think Broly, like, when it comes to his damage, it's not really affected by that stack, really.
No, the damage isn't. His defense is. And
his
that's
defense, sure, but I mean, like, by the time you see Broly, like, it'll be fine because he transforms. And like the first 2 phases aren't really like after if the boss is killing it, like, Broly doesn't have to worry about taking the hit anyway, right? My problem is the Gohan stacking attack. That's it. Like, if you want those big boy damage numbers, like, he has to get that attack stat, right? He has to be able to super so he can get that stack in. Broly doesn't need that. But even if the first slot, the slot 1 kills the boss, Broly isn't affected by it really, because if he doesn't.
How fast are we saying the event actually is right now? Because
we
you're
can
making
go ahead. I'll go ahead and see. Oh, let's go ahead and pop it in.
And by the way, this is another pro I think Ultimate Gohan has, is you can play slow. With Broly, you just get the key and you can't control how much damage he does. For Gohan, you can miss the 24 key on purpose and stack. And I think that's why it's quite useful in some of these long events.
I can understand Beast being an issue, but with MBS Gohan is always getting his stacks in early phases. Alan, I don't really get why Broly using his stack up in the tech phase matters. Broly's team has more than enough protection for him. Just go slot 2. Yeah. True.
Broly's team is really good. Like, I'm not, but if we're talking about stuff like this, I think it's important. Like, we're going unit for unit right now. If we're going to say that Ultimate Gohan's stack really matters, even though he's still going to pretty much one-shot the boss at the end, but we're going to say, oh yeah, Broly's doesn't matter. How is it fair that hold on. First off, why would you use the team protections in Tech Gogeta? Because that's like 1 point there. Second, it's important to kind of like actually compare the units. Obviously, Broly has more protection on his teams. I think that's well. Does he though? Because you can kind of run Ultimate Gohan with Beast as well. I don't know.
Can I Ultimate Gohan with Beast
as well? For his own team, sure. Yeah, you can run.
Yeah, I mean, like, you kind of got to go out of your way for the Beast stuff for Gohan. I mean, it's not too out of your way. Just run God. You have to run God Goku, or Tech 23rd Ultimate Goku. But
I just think that people seem to like. I understand that the rotation can be more annoying to get working for Tech Gohan and Ultimate Gohan, but that is Broly's. That is basically Broly's one or maybe two strengths above, is team versatility, and damage transformed for one turn where you will kill anyway on both units. And then Gohan has everything else above. Like his base form is better.
Yeah, but this isn't. But we're
all
talking about like
super
just
cool.
base. Yeah, we're talking about this is base Broly versus Gohan. Once you start talking about the transformation, it's like a totally different story, right? Like
Yeah, the transformation, in my eyes, the argument for the transformation is you play slow so you can use a transformation and then you get more benefit out of it. But why would you do that? On Gohan's teams, you
wow,
just
who
play
said
fast.
who said you really have to play slow though with to get?
You're
Broly
saying that you
transformation?
get to STR Gogeta on turn 5 and
I
then
said you
use it. and then
can. I
get
said you
turn-
can. I said at the beginning you definitely could. I don't know about right now. I don't think it's like that anymore. I mean, with Evolution Blue Vegeta beats Gohan stuff like that, like it's definitely going to be a lot faster. You're getting it at like the tech phase, but at the earliest you can get it at the SCR phase. In that
Bro, if
Gogeta
you
fight.
in chat right now is examples of why people cannot rate units properly. You've got people saying no, Broly has guaranteed supers and way high defense and Gohan. Neither of those right. One of those things is true, but it does not matter for damage because it doesn't look at the whole picture. The second one is just fucking bullshit. So it's just like these are the kind of people that are saying this stuff. They don't know what they're talking about. It's just completely wrong.
My thing, I'm gonna
So-
keep it consistent. I feel like if Broly doesn't get guaranteed crits in base, I mean that's one of my main issues with Beast Gohan too. It would be nice if he did. Yeah. So I mean, I'd say their damage is definitely a little similar in base. Like I said, I'm not really like I've agreed with you 100% that their bases are pretty similar, right? But
Yeah.
like once he transforms, it's just a different story. Broly's doing far more damage, pretty like way easier. It's more consistent, like just on a completely different level to me. Like you gotta
Yeah.
work so hard to get Gohan stuff to get the massive amount of damage that you really want from him. But
You have to focus more. Yeah, I
Yeah.
agree with that.
There isn't, but that you don't have that issue with Broly. And on most teams, like you just throw Broly, slot 1, slot 2, whatever you really want to run him, and
Yeah.
he's just doing that damage no matter what, really.
And that is fine if you want to rate that and say, I believe Broly is better because of this. That's fine, but putting them more than 2 spots apart from each other because of that is completely bullshit in my eyes.
Definitely,
And
and
that is
I think. Well, I mean, okay. So the thing is, though, like outside of Broly, Gohan's always in that form. Like he's always just basically based a little bit better base Broly, right? That's it. I mean, if people are rating base Broly like 6 or 7 or like maybe even 8. Sometimes people even have him out of the top 10. I'd have to take a look at like what top 10 lists, what the top 10 LRs would be for me. I think like number 1 is definitely Beast Gohan. There's no argument about that. 2 would be Evolution Blue. 3 would be UI Goku. 4. I think it'd be 4 would. It's between like Broly and Gogeta for me. Like I could argue both of them 3 or 4, or 4 and 5.
You think Broly's 4?
You
That's
could argue it for me. You
crazy.
could definitely argue it for me for sure. I think
That is
Vegeta. I think Gogeta has the edge, but like once we get a dodge canceling boss, like Gogeta's fodder, right? Like he's fodder. So I mean,
What about Cellmax? What about Cellmax?
what do you mean? What do you mean, Cellmax?
I don't think Broly's good in Cellmax at all.
I disagree. I think he's fine in there.
You can get dominated, bro. You can get his
No,
defense isn't awful.
I don't.
Like, he's
I
not
don't. I
good.
mean, sure, but like, you just got to get past the early phase, right? Like you could run Broly on like Beast's team or something like that, and like he's not really doing too bad.
Yeah, but what is he doing?
What do
He
you
buffs the
mean?
boss. His domain, bro.
Sure.
Like he directly
Sure,
buffs the
for
boss.
sure, for sure. Yeah, that's definitely true. That is a fact. That is
And he's
that
not
is the
good.
downside with Broly, but then again, like it's a villain. It's an extreme fight, right? Like Broly's not going to his domain's not going to do very well in that.
Well, yeah, but that's what I mean. Cellmax, I obviously think is the hardest boss. I've said this so many times.
Sure, but I mean,
And
like
it's-
just because
yeah,
Cellmax is the hardest boss, it doesn't mean Broly doesn't decimate literally everywhere else, or like useful everywhere else, right?
Broly's used wherever else, so is Ultimate Gohan. I think the 2 events that they struggle in or the 2 types of events are sealing and locking events, and they both struggle in both. It's not a unique thing for either unit to not struggle in those. So I think that again, I'm fine with Brody above. I just need to make it clear that I'm fine with him above. I just do not see him more than 2 spots apart from AlanDokkan in any way, shape or form. Like the versatility is not a big enough argument for him to be that much higher. It's just not, and that's why I've been angry recently with the community, because it's just not fair. Like I've always said, it's fine, but I think I want to respond to something in chat as well. So Rocket said that the tech phases where Brody pulls ahead. They both kill STR or Gogeta Blue. That's true. If you want to say Brody's slightly better in Gogeta because he can kill the tech phase like 1 turn earlier or like even less.
Well, I mean, we say slightly better, but he is just better in Gogeta.
They do the same thing. I mean, yeah, if you want to say he's better because he kills the tech Gogeta phase 1 phase earlier, then sure. Or 1 turn earlier.
Can someone in my server post the like a top 10 list, like a truth top 10 list or something like that, just so I have a reference of like what LRs are on there. If you guys can, whoever's in my server, just do it. I'll take a look. Because I'm curious.
I have these. I have both these units below top 10, by the way, on my overall list. I don't do LR list. I don't give a shit about the LR list. But
well, overall,
top 10
it gets a little more finicky. Yeah, it definitely gets a little bit more finicky when you talk about overall. Like,
I'm not even sure I have them at 10. They're very low top 10 if they're 10 at all. But that's for both units. It's not just one. Like I'd have to put Fat Boo not in my top 10 to have him in top 10. So I'm not even sure if I'm doing that.
Damn, dude, has Truth made a top 10 LRs list at all?
Yes, that is Rocket. That's exactly what I was going to say next. So the reason I think Gohan can be argued as better in Gogeta is because he makes Tech Gohan look like an absolute fucking god. Like he makes him invincible. That rotation, it might.
Hold on, okay, sure. But I mean, that's really just like his father, Tech Ultimate Gohan. That's not him.
Yeah, but Ultimate Gohan does that. He makes. Minato was saying this on Twitter the other day, bro. I don't like. What are these people talking about? Tech Gohan goes from taking 350 to 400k to less than 150k every time. That is just insane. That people don't think that's a massive difference. Which slot ones in the game are taking less than that? You like maybe Beast. That's about it. Like there's maybe like 5 other units in the entire game that are taking that little from Gogeta Blue, and for him to enable Tech Gohan to do that, as well as tons of damage, and then they're both just one shot the boss. Like. How is this not a massive thing? Brody just does nothing like that. Brody, like his domain is marginal support at best, and it's kind of shit. Like if we're being honest,
Broly
really
himself can just do that though. Like you know what I mean? Like he can just murder the boss, like pretty easily.
Yeah,
and his domain amplifies that. Like, he just makes him do it a lot easier. Broly has an AGL Ultimate Gohan just like next to him, right? But like he does that through the domain. Like, that's just Broly.
Only. But he's not actually supporting it. His best slot 1 Beast takes more damage because Brody's domain.
That doesn't matter though, because Beast isn't dying. It doesn't matter if you're losing. If you're like it just doesn't matter if you're not losing.
I mean, he could die if you're low. He could die because of that.
I mean, we're talking about like as soon as we get into Gogeta, we had that rotation, right? We're not talking about like turn 2, turn 3, or anything. We're talking about as soon as we get into Gogeta that we had that rotation active, and I mean at that point. Even with the domain up, I mean, Beast Gohan's probably gonna have his active skill, right? And he's not dying when he uses that active skill. Like, let's cut that out right now. And then also,
no,
he won't. No, you know he's not. Okay. And
he's
then,
not. No.
Okay. And then Broly doesn't take a hit whatsoever, and he's just dishing as much damage as possible. Probably kills the boss. I mean, that's just how
this is where it goes back into it, where they both just do the same thing. It doesn't make it like. Every single time, it's just they do the same exact thing.
Yeah, I'm just saying that he has access to it a lot easier, though. That's what I'm saying. Oh, Mr. Butai.
He doesn't. It's fucking turn 6, turn 7, bro, for AlanDokkan every time. He does the same thing. It doesn't make a difference for him. What is the? I don't understand. What ease of access to what? Do people not have the ability to swipe up on their phone, bro, for the active skill? Where's the ease of access there? It's turn 6. That's literally all you have to do for AlanDokkan. So it's one more. You may spend one more turn in the event, and it makes no difference at all.
It kind of makes a difference depending on the team.
How does it make a difference? What, imagine Buu Saga.
One more extra turn on the team. I mean, like there definitely are characters on that team that could die to Gogeta.
You're not entering the. If you kill Broly, you're not entering the turn with the Broly rotation. You're entering with the other rotation that could die.
What are you talking
If
about?
you don't
That's
kill,
so stupid. Don't know. That's such a
how is
stupid
that
argument.
stupid?
I can turn that around like you're not hopping into the rotation with Tech Ultimate Gohan and AGL Ultimate Gohan. You're hopping into the rotation where the unit
Yeah,
dies.
no, but it's
I mean,
guaranteed when you kill.
it's not more
If you're
RNG. I mean,
both.
if we're talking about
No, no, no.
specifically when we hop into the SCR Gogeta event and we have the rotations that we want on that phase, which phase is doing better, which one is holding it back? And you said that you're probably going to be lasting one extra turn in that fight with the Ultimate Gohan phase. I don't really think that's true, though. I mean, at 100%, I don't think that would be the case. But if it is the case, then, I mean, there are people on that team that are most likely getting you killed in that Gogeta fight before the Tech Ultimate Gohan and AGL Gohan phase. And that's not really happening in Broly. Or
No,
on Broly's
I
team,
agree.
don't think.
I agree, but for both teams, you've kind of got to look at it in like an equal light here. If you kill with Broly 100% of the time when you transform for Tech Gogeta, what is the other rotation going to have? Because it's not going to have Beast unless you're running. I mean, Vegeta is the slot one. But I'm a little bit iffy on Vegeta because I think he can take damage in Gogeta Blue if you transform him. Presley pre-super as well, slot one. Like he will take damage. He'll take like 400k if not more. So I'm not even really sure about that as a solid slot one. It'll work, but I'm not sure. But the Beast, you'll have Beast and Broly on one rotation, and then you'll have the other rotation. The other rotation could probably die for Gogeta. I seriously doubt you've got a rotation that's unkillable.
Hold on. Is wait. Is this how that works? So Broly's giving 10% to exploding rage category allies. Does that work for Beast Gohan? Does that just like does the 10% just does Beast Gohan actually even take way more?
It doesn't though. So the domain, I think what the domain does is it's extreme allies, and if those extreme allies are on exploding rage or whatever the
You're
other
right.
was,
You're right. Yeah. That's how it works.
But superclass allies and enemies all have a 1.1 times multiplier post calc. So that means after the calculation is done, you get a direct 1.1 times. So, say Beast Gohan was to take 400k damage, he'd take what 440 instead.
Yeah, I mean that'd be so fucking hilarious, dude. That would be so funny if that's how it worked. Oh my god. Yeah. That'd be hilarious.
I mean, it's kind of a direct nerf to superclass allies in general.
It is a more direct nerf, sure. You could definitely say that, man.
Sunset, by the way, I'm
usually
usually running on Majin Buu Saga. Majin Buu Saga is his best team by far, but Fat Boo's team probably.
I don't know if I agree with that. If we get a good Pure Sands leader or something like that, then I feel like Pure Sands, or not Pure Sands, Hybrid Sands leader or something, that'll probably be his best team.
Oh, that'll be his best.
You have access to the. My biggest issue, my honest to God biggest issue with Ultimate Gohan is that he's not on Bomad, man. He should have been on Bond of Master and Disciple. He just should have.
It would have made them both better, yeah, for sure. I think I mean, Tech Gohan would be broken if he was on Bomad, bro. He's got in future Gohan still. You can actually still put on work.
Ultimate Gohan is not clapping these hard fights.
No,
guy.
Okay, he can struggle, but why do people think he's dog shit? He can definitely put in work. I've still beat content with to this day. 2024 content. Like, he's still pretty damn good. Like I'm not sure when 58% damage reduction and 700k defense became bad, but I don't know.
It's not bad. I just don't think it's just, like he's not getting that most of the time.
Yes, he is. It's fucking every time, bro. Unless you get super on the first hit, he gets it every time.
But I mean, like you're doing that for him. Like the rest of the team is struggling because of it, right?
Nah, not really.
They're low HP.
I mean,
they're low HP. Like there's always the risk there. I mean, maybe in future Gohan's
a
gonna
risk,
have it,
yeah.
but like,
I'm not saying he's top 10 unit. I'm just saying he's usable, bro.
I never said you said he was a top 10 unit. I'm just saying I don't think he's even really that helpful. I think he holds the team back more than
he's
more,
good.
more
Yeah.
than not.
Yeah, he can hold the team back now, I suppose, but he's pretty good still. You can run him and win.
Broly Trio
Anyway,
throwing? Nah, man. They were fine. They did fine. They did fine. That's fine.
Okay, next point. I think I talked about it a little bit. Why are we just ignoring Cell Max as a fight? Is my next question.
Do people do that? I feel like most people like around us kind of factor that fight in. I feel like
bro. People say they factor it, but they don't. They just don't. If people were factoring that fight, top 10 list would be so much different. And if they were weighting it how they should weight it, which is about 50% at least, for their
Well, I
ratings.
mean, what do you mean? Because I feel like Truth's list is pretty in because he rates the Cell Max fight. He does.
I don't remember. Bro. He puts it lower than every other, on most other fights. His top 10 list that I've seen. I can't remember his last top 10.
To be fair though, after turn 4, that fight is fodder. Like there was literally a situation where I just like Majin Buu Saga, I stun locked him the entire fight and killed him. Like
the first 3 turns are the hardest fight in the game by far. Like, it's not even close. You enter the fucking turn taking 2.5 million supers and 1 million normals. What other event is even close to that? Gogeta's not. Gogeta's fucking well easy compared to that. Like, yeah, it gets easier as time goes on, but it's also the most restrictive event in terms of how many units can actually take on the event. Apart from maybe Merge Zamasu, but Merge Zamasu's kind of piss easy in every other aspect now.
yeah, I mean, literally as soon as Global gets the 9th year anniversary fights, like Fusion Zamasu is gonna be nothing. Like literally, he has a nothing fight. He genuinely is like actually just a 0.
Yeah. And the thing is, Ultimate Gohan is like 10 times better than Broly in the Cell Max fight. Like, it's not even debatable. Ultimate Gohan is so much better in that fight. I don't think anyone would
He helps
disagree
a
with
lot
that.
more, yeah, for sure. I mean, like
Unless like these sometimes delusional people go and like just spout shit, but Ultimate Gohan does a lot more. He protects a team for 2 turns. I mean, the on-super defense is probably not that good support-wise, but it can be helpful for floaters on Majin Buu Saga. He does more damage. You know.
well, hold on.
you know,
Truth isn't preaching that that's a gimmick fight. I mean, it gets to that point, but it is a really difficult fight at the very start. Like, I don't think Truth has ever denied that.
No,
I feel
Truth
like
is saying
yeah, that's just Truth hate right there, man. You're just hating the hate.
he does say it's a gimmick fight, bro.
Does he? I don't think I've ever seen that from Truth.
Multiple times. Bro, I can put up a tweet where he said it to me.
Go ahead. Yeah, pop off.
All right.
Send it to me. I'll admit that I'm wrong on this point if that's the case. I've never seen him say that.
He has literally responded to me with gimmick fight before.
Interesting. Well, now I need Truth to hop in here and defend himself because I don't think that's just like a gimmick fight. I think it's actually a pretty difficult thing.
Oh, right. Would you like to give me money? Would you like to kiss my boots for this right now?
No, I just want the damn tweet. Damn it.
Well, look in general, bro.
Oops.
Like you could not get 4K like
Wow.
harder than
He
that.
really
Bro.
said that?
Cell Max is a gimmick fight. Period.
Why would he
That's what
say that, dude? Ugh.
And that was in response to me, by the way.
Did you delete the tweet? Fucking pussy.
No, my old account, or my original account is. I think the bot wave hit it, and I haven't logged back into it. I haven't done the test for it, so I can't be asked.
Oh, look at that. We're on the SCR phase. Check that out.
Anyway,
we were
yeah.
just about to get it.
Oh, right.
What happened? Oh, well, whatever. Oh, Boo healed. I think that's what happened.
Yeah.
Okay.
Truth is just like leaned full into the gimmick fight stuff, bro. I don't know how you. Like, I don't know where you've seen it. Him not saying that.
I think
He's
gimmick fight
100
has such a loose definition. It doesn't. I don't think that applies to Cell Max.
Yeah. I've had this argument with everybody, bro. I've literally said this so many times, and people will just say it's a gimmick fight. Why? It's a gimmick
Well, I
fight.
wouldn't take that too seriously because I mean, Truth likes to run units that are just able to tank hits, right? Like he doesn't really go.
No, Truth wasn't saying he didn't. Truth, I don't think Truth has actually probably reasoned this with me before, to be fair. But I think that other people I've spoken to have kind of said the same. I think there's probably a similar thing to what he would say. Is you can attack lower it. Ushers are strong. Blah blah blah. It's all just kind of the same thing where it doesn't really change the fact that it's still the hardest fight in the game. It's just people like to label it as a gimmick fight.
Yeah.
And I think if you factor that, Gohan is just better than Broly because they do the same thing in Gogeta, which is the second hardest fight in my opinion, and he's just objectively better.
I gotta wonder, like, what a gimmick. So if a boss were like guaranteed ceiling, like guaranteed super for like 3 million in slot 1 or something like that, and he's slot locked, would that be classified as a gimmick fight? Because I mean, you're just guaranteed getting hit for that, and like in some cases losing. Would that classify as well? Like, does that happen on the boss's end too, or is it just whenever you're able to stun and seal an enemy? Like, I feel like that's
yeah. It's just a nothing word. It's like a nothing phrase to say it's a gimmick fight. Every fight has gimmicks. I was kind of saying this. I was saying so. Gogeta Blue could be labeled as a gimmick fight because people were the common definition that I was getting was that it was fights that differed from the normal archetype events. You can attack lower Gogeta Blue. That's very different from every single difficult fight we've ever had
Yeah.
the past 5 years. So, is he a gimmick fight? People were saying no. So it's really hard to pin down what people actually mean, and for it to exclusively encapsulate Cell Max,
Yeah.
you have to really have such a tight, dumb definition of gimmick where it's just not even gimmick. It's not talking about gimmick anymore. It's not the meaning of the word gimmick. It's just like, I want to not rate Cell Max. That's basically what people are saying with it.
Yeah, I
it-
mean, I feel like Cell Max is
I like
by far the
it.
hardest fight in the game for those first 4 turns, and then like after that, he falls off a lot because you're able to stun him or stun him, seal him, attack lower, whatever. But I mean, I don't think that should discount Cell Max at all. Like, I mean, he can kill you within those 4 turns like pretty easily, depending on the units that you run.
See, a lot of people in chat are saying it's a gimmick fight. How is it a gimmick fight? I've asked so many times for people to actually tell me how. And someone said Vegeta Blue. Vegeta Blue is a good example. I think Vegeta Blue was a gimmick fight.
Yeah, true, Crow.
But I
True.
tell you, it's you can label these fights as gimmick fights. I don't care as long as you still rate them like fairly. It does not demean how difficult the event is, and it does not demean how much you should rate on that event. And that's what matters. If you want to say it's a gimmick fight, I don't really care, bro. Like, yeah, you can stun it after turn 6.
Yeah,
Cool.
we'll be fine. We'll be fine. We got revive here. Oh, dodge. Oh my god. Vegeta might
Someone
be the best unit in the game.
Um,
Whoa! 20
Someone's
fucking
talking about
memberships
hats.
from beyond. Holy shit.
what does membership actually do, bro?
I have extra content. Like, I have stream VODs in there and stuff like that. I play
Oh,
games and
right,
stuff like
right.
that. Thank you, Beyond. Holy shit, man. That's insane. Now we're gonna hear this
Damn.
this shit.
Oh, Yosh got one, bro.
Yosh got one. Great.
Oh wait, no, is that even Yosh's account?
Holy fuck, Beyond. Halver got one. Yeah, everyone got. Lots of people got one. W. Holy fuck. That's a massive drop.
I didn't get one.
Yeah, poor Alan. You're gonna have to buy a membership if you want one. Yeah, I don't know, man. I think like Cell Max. Obviously, I'm not gonna sit here and say that I think Broly's better in that fight. That's delusional at that point. But you definitely have the point of Gohan over him. I just feel like when it comes to units, you know, I could see Gohan because he's just perpetually basically just Broly's base, right? And Broly actually
No,
I just feel like Broly changes that so much after he transforms. I really do.
But he gets 58% defense on active skill. Oh, that's massive. Like, you can say he's just Broly's base, but he's better than Broly's base in the entire fight. And then he gets the active turn where he does the exact same thing, and also buffs his teammates way better than Broly does.
Sure, but I mean, like Broly also has access to somebody like Broly Trio, who's providing like some pretty good support, and then also damage reduction support as well.
Yeah.
And like I mean that's insane. You know what I mean? On top of the domain, like that's nuts. And now we're gonna be getting Easy A Kid Buu, who I think is just gonna actually change the game.
Well, he's going to change. He's going to be a massive buff for both units, to be fair.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, for sure. I'm not discounting Gohan either. I'm just saying, like, I feel like you're gonna get a lot more value from this guy on Broly's team. I feel like he's gonna help Broly's team a little bit. He's definitely gonna help Broly's team a little bit more.
No,
Wesley, thank you
no
for the
way.
$1. Population pudding for everyone. God, man, that's I delete that, man. I don't know who's in here. There could be like a 4-year-old in here or something like that. Like, I delete that one.
Imagine Buu Saga needs that support way more than
$2.
Broly's
My
team.
bad. Let me not discount that. $2. Thank you for the $2. I appreciate you. Honestly, a gimmick fight is a fight designed to have very particular weaknesses and strengths. Like VB, VB would blast you turn 1, but then fall off when debuffed. I mean, sure, but I mean, like, you can't debuff Cell Max. Like, you could consistently debuff Vegeta Blue, but you can't do that in Cell Max.
Vegeta is still hard, by the way. I'm pretty sure most people around that time still rated on Vegeta Blue for the most part. I know I did to some degree, not as much as like other fights, but it's still a difficult fight.
You need to allow gifts in settings. Oh, true. Yeah, that's what you have to. Yeah, I don't know if you have gifts in settings on your new account. Alan, if you wanted a membership. Fucking loser.
Oh, this is my new account. This is my old account. Oh yeah, I probably haven't done that, to be fair. What were we saying?
People
I mean,
them both
I think
equally.
you
Saying they don't is just bias, in my opinion. How? I mean, like I think like they definitely help both teams for sure. I just think the setup on Broly's team is going to benefit a lot more from Kid Boo's support. Like, I mean, you have
Nah.
access, Broly, you have access to, depending on what Boo does, you have access to Broly Trio support. You have access to Kid Boo's support. There's just a lot more support floating around the team on Broly's team than there would be on.
So how does that make Kid Buu more valuable for that team, bro?
Because there's consistently support being thrown around. Unlike on
But how does that make Kid Buu not more valuable than Majin Buu? What? No, there is not, bro. What are you talking about? There's way more support options on Broly's team.
On Broly's team, yeah, that's what I said.
Yeah, so Kid Buu's gonna help Majin Buu Saga more then?
I never. What?
Is that not what we're talking about? Who it helps more?
No.
That's what the question was. Bro.
No. I get what you're saying. Like, yeah, there's more support options on Broly's team, so Buu being on Majin Buu Saga is going to help it out more. I'm not saying that. I'm saying that, like, have Buu, depending on what he does, I'm not going to sit here and, like, say this confidently with my full chest, because I don't know what Buu does yet. But depending on what Buu does, I mean, if he's also providing, like, DR support and stuff like that, Broly's team is going to get fucking insane.
I just don't see how that's not helping Majin Buu Saga more.
It
bro.
is helping Majin Buu Saga. I'm not saying it's not. I'm just saying Broly's team is going to look more insane. I'm not saying it's helping it more because they have the options. I'm just saying it's going to be more insane. Does that make sense?
I don't know, bro.
Alan?
I think this is an Oni moment, bro.
How is that an Oni moment? I'm saying
you mean
it's
one
the
thing,
team
but you're saying another,
having,
bro. I don't.
Okay, I'm just saying I'm going off of hypotheticals here because I don't know what Buu is doing. I'm just saying, like, in the best case scenario, Buu would be providing like damage reduction or support or something like that, man. On Broly's team, it's just going to do with Broly Trio floating around. It's just going to make Broly's team like look absolutely insane. Like having 20% DR on for every unit basically on the rotation. Like that's nuts.
Not helping both teams equally, bro.
I'm not saying it's not, but you don't have access to Broly Trio, bruh.
So
you're just looking too deep. You're looking too deep into it, man. I'm just saying that with Kid Buu, it's gonna like make Broly's team insane if he's providing DR support. That's it.
Yeah, but
that's all I'm saying. I'm not comparing the two teams. I'm not comparing the two teams. I'm just saying.
No, but you're answering a question, and then you start like making an independent statement for Broly's team, bro. I was like, that was just a complete Oni moment.
Okay,
what are you
answering what question? Answering what question?
This started when you were answering the responding to one of the questions, which was who helps them both equally, saying they don't. It's just bias, and you just went on and like, oh yeah, but Broly's team gets so much more powerful.
That's not a lie. That's not a lie. That's not a lie in saying that. Depending on what Kid Buu does,
they both get helped. I would honestly say Majin Buu Saga gets helped more. That's to answer the question.
Okay. What do you mean by helped more? Because how I'm taking it is like you're saying it is. That's okay. So then we're on completely different sides here. I'm just saying that like yes, Kid Buu is going to help Majin Buu Saga more because it lacks the support that it needs. I'm simply saying that like when it comes to a team being absolutely nuts, I think Broly's team is gonna look crazy. I'm not saying that Majin Buu Saga isn't being helped in that statement. It's not being helped at all. I'm not saying that at all. All right. I'm just saying Broly's team is going to go crazy.
It's going to get a buff
because it's just going to be. That's all I'm saying. It's just going to get a massive buff with Broly.
Why is it like even a statement, bro? Obviously, it's going to get a buff, but so is Majin Buu Saga.
But you're the one taking it like that. I'm not. You're the one saying.
It's a comparison, bro. It's a stream about Gohan and Broly. What are you talking about, bro? You're going off the rails with this one, bro.
I'm not. Do you still want the bed when you think about truth? I'm gonna be honest, guys. I think about truth like maybe like once a week whenever I message him. You know what I mean? Like I don't think truth is in my head like daily. Yeah, sure. Oh, look at this, dude. Dude, Fat Boo, man. I love this fucking unit. Look at him, just getting rid of all damage. He's such a
someone's asked if my account is dead. The Spikebull 5 account is not dead. I'll probably still use it, but I do have a new YouTube account for AlanDokkan, which I might upload maybe like in a year. I don't know. I need to get a new PC for editing, but I might make some videos every now and then for funny jokes. But don't count on it. I
There we
could
go.
be
Yeah, Dole's got it right. I'm
Yeah.
just saying. Oni is saying the results of Boo support on Broly's team would result in a stronger team overall. It's gonna happen like that in Majin Buu Saga, and it helps out a lot more on that team. But I mean, like it's Broly already has access to that, so him having more access to a better support unit is just helping the team a lot. That's it. That's all I'm saying.
It helps. It helps the team, bro. That's like a madness statement, but.
I think it just got
Whoa.
maddening because you were taking.
It's gonna make this team stronger, bro. Oh
Yeah,
my
bro,
God.
that was because you were making it maddening. It wasn't me. I was just saying that Broly's team is gonna look so crazy, and you were like, "Well, actually, Majin Buu Saga is gonna look a lot better too."
You're
Okay,
answering
yeah,
the question
I'm not
about the
denying
direct
that, you
comparison.
asshole.
You start going, team is gonna get with this, bro. It's like it just didn't make any sense.
You were taking it the wrong way, buddy.
It was a
It was just a
comparison. Bro.
it was just a communication thing.
No,
It was not a
only-
comparison. The entire time I was saying Kid Buu is going to help both teams. I just think that Broly's team is going to look so nuts with Kid Buu. That's it.
No.
That's
Nah,
it.
great. All right. Is there much more to say on this stream? To be fair, I think we kind of gone over everything. I mean, I think we literally were talking before the stream. We kind of agree. They're pretty close to each other regardless. Like, what did you say? You had it probably like 5 or 6.
Yeah, I had 5. I could have argued Broly like 5. I think I have Broly at like a hard 5, and then like you could argue Gohan like 6 or 7 to me.
Which is perfectly fine with me. I think I would. I mean, I have them lower overall.
Yeah,
but
you could definitely have him like a lot lower to me if you argued it well. But you could also have Broly a little lower to me if you argued it well as well. So I mean.
But the thing is, your premise disagrees with what a lot of these people will think. That's the thing. You actually agree with me. So really, this debate was meaningless because.
It's not meaningless because I feel like overall, Broly, once he's transformed, is just overall a way better unit. So we disagree on that part, but.
What for the one extra turn you might get?
It's not even one turn though. It's really not even.
Well, it is fucking one turn, bro. If you manage to get 2 extra turns at Broly transformed, bro, I think your team might be bad. I'm not gonna lie.
Or it's just like 55%, man.
I don't care about dupes, bro. I'll rate every unit a rainbow.
I want to ask, could you argue Super Trunks over AJLVB at this point? Ugh. Why even?
I honestly, I don't care. Yeah, probably. Agile VB, I mean, probably not, actually, no. Agile VB is kind of shit, but Super Trunks is just getting doggied in Cell Max.
But
he's probably going
Beast
Vegeta.
Gohan
I suppose
on the
Vegeta
team.
Blue.
Yeah, Beast Gohan on the team though.
Beast Gohan on team what for Vegeta Blue?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right, let's see what Broly does on this turn. I'm curious. Oh, he's at 19 million here. He could be up way higher if he had support. Oh, dude, if he had Broly Trio on support here, dude, he'd be so crazy.
Oh yeah, one more thing for the people that have joined recently. I wanted to point out that I think a lot of people are underrating Gohan's damage because they don't understand the normals are doing like half of Broly's 12 keys in base. They're doing like 4 to 5 million.
Sure, but I mean, like, I feel like most people's complaints are like, it would be better if Gohan were just able to crit, if he had crit in base.
Right, but I think it's an invalid complaint because he's still doing more damage, so I don't think it even matters.
It does.
The direct complaint is literally Broly does more damage than Gohan. It's not even anything about the supers, bro. It's just that people think he does more damage or he doesn't. So you know. I mean, there's probably situations where he does more damage.
Dude, that's like what Gohan, dude. He basically did. Broly just did what 2 units have to do on Majin Buu Saga. Like, that's nuts to me. He just
What? No, he didn't.
17?
What are you talking about?
Okay, so Beast Gohan's active skill, and then Tech Ultimate Gohan's like trillion
Bro.
super attacks, right? That's the yes, he did.
Beast Gohan's active skill is like 3 of Broly's attacks, bro. What are you talking about? It's like
What?
2 or 3 of Broly's attacks, like just instantly.
Ultimate Gohan's?
Yeah, what are you talking about? It's like a 30 to 50 million attack stat, bro. Super effective, and you can
Okay.
crit fish as well.
Super effective.
Well, it is because Gogeta Blue. Yeah, Rocket. That's another point as well. I think people just don't know. I mean, it's a big thing with Chance where people kind of like, oh, I've missed a super. I'm so pissed off. I hate this unit. When you're really only supposed to be getting like 2 to 3 supers a turn.
Stop sneak dissing, bro.
It's not just Truth, but Truth does it.
Stop sneak
Truth is a
dissing, bro.
massive
Look at this guy
proponent
sneak dissing
this
all the
mindset.
time. All the time.
I'm
just
not
says
sneak dissing, bro. I've literally talked to him in the chat about it, bro. I've been aired in that chat.
HOVB isn't that bad, although it's because he has insane units to carry him. He's a good active turn. So...
Oh, bro, I'm not even reading that comment. Just ignore it. Ban that guy. Kill him.
Oldhan's
Feel like-
reputation is going down because Alan's being annoying about him. Like he
Me
was
being
about
annoyed about
Fizz
the unit
Gohan.
is just me telling you guys you're wrong with evidence. That's basically what you're talking about.
Well, I don't think Alan's wrong in saying that like the bases are similar. I think he's wrong when he compares the because literally Ultimate Gohan.
You Broly above. I don't even care about it.
Okay.
Like I don't get why people are even mad at this. I've openly said yes. I think Broly can be argued once.
Well, your Gooners are also just like completely wrong when they talk about him too, though. I think that's what gets people heated as well.
And no, I did not start the debate. That was DKD, I think, is her name.
Really, I could have sworn we've been talking about Broly and stuff like that forever. Like,
Nah, he 100% brought out, bro. He made the original post, and I think I quote retweeted it, and I think it started a big thing. But Alan can be right and annoying. Bro, I just that could not be. I'm screenshotting that, bro. I want that. Yeah, see, I don't care if your argument's right. You're annoying, so I'm not going to listen. I'm going to disagree with you.
Well, that's not what he's saying. I mean, like, he's got a point. Like,
That
he
is
can be
what he's
right
saying.
and annoying too. Like, I mean, okay, so like, Truth is right about dodge, but he can definitely be annoying with dodge, right? Like,
Bro, me being annoying should not change the fact that you should agree with
but
me.
he's not disregarding that though. I don't think.
I mean, yeah, he kind of is.
No,
His
he's not. He's
previous
saying
post-
Ultimate Gohan's reputation is going down because Alan's being annoying about him.
People,
And like,
people are right, bro. You're telling me I'm being annoying, but people are disagreeing with me. The only reason I'm saying it is because people are saying the stupid fucking thing that I keep on arguing against. It's just blatantly wrong and false.
Alan, watch your potty mouth, man.
Sorry.
It's a
They're saying the freaking wrong thing, bro.
Don't say freaking. Say anything else. Say fucking for crying out loud.
Yeah.
Don't say freaking, man. Holy.
Bro, I think that's the first time I've heard you swear like that, bro.
Really?
You naughty boy.
I swear to
Yeah, I
God,
don't know if you
I
had-
swear it on stream before.
Bro, if no one else got me, Panay's got me, bro. Every time, bro.
Yeah, your fucking dick suckers
Number
got
one
you,
viewer.
brother. Yeah. You're a little like what are those those sucker fishes, dude? Yeah, he's got you, man. He's like attached to your fucking belly 24/7.
But damn right.
Guys,
Look,
there's no beef between me and
let me just say, shut up.
Ah,
I just want to say that people say this thing like constantly, where they say that, oh, you're being annoying. Like everyone was saying it before, like you're being annoying about oh my god when physical arm was out. Like if we're being honest, I was literally just arguing against people that were saying something. Like I was pretty much always reactionary. Like I did get to a point where I was making a lot of tweets about it because I was just pissed off about it, and sure that made people annoyed about the unit, but if we're being honest, people should not change their arguments based on whether they're annoyed with me or not.
yeah,
They
and
should-
also if you're getting annoyed at somebody arguing about a unit, then you're just like 4 years old, man. I just don't
Yeah.
like people
Me, bro.
being annoying
Yeah.
about units doesn't really affect my view on a unit at all.
Exactly, yeah. It never should. Like, yes, we're all human, and we all have these like little biases. Where if I see Vector, gassing the shit out of some unit, I just think it's complete bullshit. Like LR Ribrian, bro, when he was doing that made me. I never even read their kit, but I disliked the unit because he was doing that. But I'm not going to rate them lower because of it.
So you're
Like
falling.
I'm just gonna think I don't give a shit about that unit. I'm not going to talk about it, and that's it. I'm still going to rate it fairly. That's what people should be doing. But instead, what people do is it's politics wars, where people will politics wars. Fucking where I forgot what it's called. Oh my god, what is it called?
What are you trying to say?
The phrase for it. Identity politics.
Yeah.
Identity politics, where it's like people will argue, people will like rate units based on whether someone they like or dislike is defending them, or like, oh yeah, the truth doesn't like this unit, I'm going to rate the unit the same. And it's like, I don't think the truth even likes that. I think he wants everyone to have their own opinions.
No, I don't. I actually disagree with that. I think Truth wants the community to be in a hive mind where like everyone agrees with everything. That's what I think Truth wants. But I mean, I could be wrong about that. Maybe I could be wrong. I think
No,
discussions.
you're definitely wrong about that, bro. Truth loves discussion, bro. He likes talking about it. He just doesn't like all the annoying with it.
Yeah. Sure.
Bro, I've known. I think Truth was. If Truth didn't like discussion, bro, I don't think he'd ever talk to me again. So there's that.
He definitely likes discussion. I just feel like he calls people stupid. You know what I mean? Like people are like stupid.
That's just an argument thing, bro. That's just what happens on the internet. That's not even.
Sure.
I call people stupid, but I'm not like that doesn't make me unless it's like something incredibly stupid. Then
Yeah, agendas do suck. I think agendas suck. I mean, whenever I was posting those screenshots of Gohan doing 0 damage to Beast Gohan, and like we had Videl defenders coming out saying that she was better than Gohan because they can do damage.
Yeah.
It's like, all right, I mean that's wrong. You know what I mean? That's just wrong. But yeah, sure, there are agenda. I think agenda pushers are like way more annoying than somebody who like defends a unit heavily. Like I'll take Alan 500 times a day more than like I don't fucking know, like a a fucking STR Jiren defender or something like that, right? An agenda pusher, basically. No,
but to be fair, when people say I push, I want to also future. I have literally said what you said in chat, bro. You dumb neek. That's literally my entire fucking argument about it, bro. What are you talking about? But people say I push agendas and stuff. I don't really. I focus on units I like, and when I argue about them, I don't like push agendas about them. I argue fairly, and I give evidence for what I'm saying. If I was agenda pushing, I would just say, "Oh yeah, I like Gohan the most, so he's my favorite, and I'm gonna weight him at number 3 on my list." No, I'm giving arguments for this, and yes, I'm sure I have some bias for Gohan because he's my favorite character. I like him. Same with Hyper Saiyans in general. There's a lot of Hyper Saiyans I don't, but it's not an agenda until it becomes biased and unfactual. When you start basing it in complete bullshit, that's when it starts getting annoying. And when it's just like, what is the point of even talking to you guys? When like, I think anti-agendas are just as big as normal agendas, bro.
Sansa, there are many Videl defenders. There are. I've gotten quote retweeted by some. I've gotten like comments about some, like from some. Like there are more than just one.
Future, you've been here long enough to hear me say that, bro. I've even said it in chat.
Future, what happened, bro? What happened, man? You're like, you said you were so excited about the debate earlier, and now you're like, you're not hardly ever in here. Like, what's happened?
I mean, I think it's over now. To be fair, what is there even to say?
Yeah, I feel like I could say you could argue Gohan lower than like 6 or 7 to me. But I mean, at that point, there'd have to be like a new unit. I don't know. Like you'd have to argue going a little lower than me. You could.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm pretty hard on Broly being like number 5 because I think he does a lot, and once he gets more, he's just going to be looking way too good. But we'll see.
He's nowhere near 5 for me. I can tell you that. But neither is Gohan. To be fair, I think they're both. I have like 3 TURs above both of these units. I just want to point that out in my overall, like easily. Boo's pushing. I don't think Boo is, but I think Boo's pushing. I think he's just below them.
Oh, I mean, you're talking about overall, though. I'm talking about LRs. You know, I do think Super Vegeta's probably better, definitely.
Undoubtedly better. Yeah. The top 3 TURs at the moment, bro, they just shit on pretty much everyone apart from like the solid top 4. Everyone else, I think they're just better than, like, undoubtedly.
Okay, the real question is, does Ultimate Gohan do more damage than Evolution Blue Vegeta?
Yeah.
Shut the fuck up. No way.
Yes, she does. So early on, yeah, I think that he does. SSB, he definitely overtakes. To be fair, his active turn. No, it doesn't. He overtakes fully built. I'm pretty sure. But if you're factoring in key as well, I'm not sure. I'd have to see it, but I'm pretty sure he does. For some period at least, definitely early on. Because Super Saiyan Blue Evolution doesn't hit
No,
the harder.
Salsa, I don't think that Gohan goes over Broly for me. I mean, but that's just a hard stance of mine. I just don't think that's the case.
You don't have to have him over Broly. I don't like. I literally am fine with him not being over Broly. It's just that like as soon as it gets more than 3 really is pushing it 2 to 1 spots apart from Broly. That's when it gets mega delusional because it's just complete bullshit. They're the same fucking unit with minor differences at best. You know, they have pros and cons over one another. If Ultmagon didn't have any support, then I could see like maybe 3 or 4 spots lower, yeah. But Ultmagon's got the really good support for Cell Max and other events like that, and he wanks Tech Gohan. I just don't see how he's not like right next to Broly. I have him above by like maybe 1 spot, and that's it. But they're the same fucking unit, bro. I just don't get how the community has managed to like separate them so massively. It's just, that is agenda pushing. People will be. Broly has got some massive agenda pushers that just don't. They will put him really high on this, and then they will just not explain why. And I'm not. I talked about it with Vector earlier. I'm not even talking about just Vector. I'm talking about like I've spoken to like 10 people that do this. Where they like there's so many people just have Broly at like number 5 or 6, and the reason they give is just like, he just does a lot of damage. He just defends well. But there's units to do that better. So that's just not good reasoning. I think Broly is getting overrated now, where I just don't think people know his damage properly. I think they just see supers and they think, oh, well, big damage. It's really good.
Well, he's not getting overrated if they're rating him at 5. I think that's perfectly rated.
Nah, that's overall, that's overrating. And I'm talking about overall lists. I'm not talking about LIS. Oh, if you have him at 5 overall, I think you are delusional, if I'm being honest. That's way too high.
I don't even think I had him. You call my list dog shit, and I didn't even have him. Oh, I think I had him like 6 or something.
What was your list? Let me scroll up to the list. I'll literally go for. You can get a picture of it on stream, and I'll go through why it's dog shit because I remember seeing it. I was like,
you could probably argue the lower tiers for sure. But I mean, like some of those lower tiers, I had like Turles and shit like that. I was mostly trolling on those, but
I just don't even remember it. I'm gonna lie.
I'm more so focused on like the top like 10, I think.
Well, yeah, I remember below that was completely shit.
Okay,
I remember that.
So I had Beast Gohan, Evolution Blue Vegeta, UI Goku.
Put it on stream. Picture it.
I gotta put it on fucking stream, dude. This guy, man.
Wait. Before we do, Brody Gohan debate's over. Me and Oni agree from the start anyway, pretty much.
Yeah, basically. I mean, we just kind of like, I don't know. Like, I just felt Broly's a hard stance for me to move on, but like, yeah, I feel like Gohan could be rated 6, 7, maybe like 8. Yeah, I think it'd be fine. So I had Beast Gohan at 1, Evolution Blue Vegeta at 2, UI Goku at 3. This is an overall list, by the way. So I had you could probably argue honestly Vegeta better than Super Saiyan 3 Goku. I think you could for me. So those two are like interchangeable. And then I have Broly is like literally Broly's number 6 right here. And then I have him over Gogeta, which I mean arguable. You could definitely argue that with me. I had Int Boo.
That low? I thought you loved Boo, bro.
I love Boo. I do love Boo. But I mean like I was thinking about well, no, I said Goku was number 1 at like whenever I started. I said Goku was number 1 whenever I got to play with the units. Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
I literally just had the details. I was just doing like I think I like Boo number 1 with the details, but like playing with the unit, I think I like Goku more as number 1 than Boo.
Yeah, sure, bro.
Yeah, bro. That's how that went. Anyway, and then I think like I was thinking, you know, do I think Boo is better than Broly? Probably not.
The Gamma's below Boo tanks, bro. What is this list?
I think you got to do more for the Gammas. You just got to do more for them. I just hate that.
No, that's fucking ass, bro. This is a shit list. This is
pretty
awful.
Shit. It is pretty shit whenever you get like past, I think, this point.
I don't know.
There's definitely some stuff that I'd go back and change.
By the way, Ultimate Gohan, physical Ultimate Gohan, that low compared to the other units there.
Oh,
delusional.
Shut up, man. Come on, man. Really?
Delusional, bro. I don't even care, bro. I'm still gonna. That unit is still good. For Cell Max, he's really good. For Vegeta, not so much.
For Cell Max, he's really good.
Yeah. He is good for Cell Max, bro. What are you talking about? What other units like this are even close to? Well, bro. So you've got Godku. Godku's dog shit, bro. I don't understand. Where's the coat from Godku come from? You have 23Q above him, bro. 23Q's fucking shit in the 9th anniversary events. How is that even arguable?
He's not really that bad at Gogeta, and like you have, like I said, you have access to.
Shit.
Hold on. Shut the fuck up. All right. You have access to people like so I think how I was thinking of I was thinking of Tech Goku is like his team's a lot better. You have him, Ultimate Gohan, LR Ultimate Gohan. You could run LR Bulma, and then I think if you really wanted to for like the free revive, you go ahead and run where are they? Gohan and Piccolo if you really wanted to. And then that's providing support. Well. That's providing support. Oh, and you can also run like UI Goku, yeah, and that's a free revive. That's a revive character for him. Right?
Yeah,
that just makes him a lot better.
Future Gohan, Future Gohan in chat as well is telling me to defend Future Gohan. I agree. Future Gohan and Ultimate Gohan should be higher.
You definitely, like I said, you could definitely argue them higher for me, sure. I think just like Ultimate Gohan though, like the 80% DR is.
The what? What are you talking about?
Whatever, man.
For Future Gohan, sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, Future Gohan's really good. I think he should be higher than that. I think there's maybe a couple events and teams that like he fucks, and that's basically like it. Every single event other than that. I mean, Cell Max is really good. Gogeta, he is pretty good. He can help a lot. I think that the issue with Future Gohan came from people using Broly with Future Gohan. I think that's where the main issue came from.
People? I mean, I've never run Future Gohan and Broly together.
Well, his domain means Broly can't transform.
Right. I've never ever run that unit with Broly, so I've never experienced that.
You still do well, but you have to. I mean, you can choose when to use a domain. I'm pretty sure. Can you on Future Gohan?
On Future, no, I don't think you can with Future Gohan. I think the turn starts and then like it just pops the domain.
Well, that's why people start rating him now. But I mean, if you just don't run him on Broly's team, he's still really good. I mean, I just think that you basically what I would do on this list. Future Gohan, Ultimate Gohan, they are an entire tier up, and they're probably pushing.
Yeah, you could probably say they're like above where Ultimate. You could probably say like they're above or below Fusions of Masu. Sure.
SDR, no, I'd say SDR, Super Saiyan 3 Goku, they're above him. The rest of the units are just kind of shit. Fusions of Masu should be higher as well. LR Broly Trio. I don't really think
I've had bad. Well, I mean no, because even in the Cell Max fight, I've had a bad experience with Fusions of Masu, honestly. I don't know. Yeah, I think.
Bulma should be lower. Tell that right now.
Ooh, no. I think the reason why I rated her as high as she was is because of the Future Saga, the Earthbred Fighters team.
Oh, because you can use it on a shit team. Great. That's awesome.
It's not shit. So you're calling LR Ultimate Gohan and Tech Ultimate Gohan shit? You're calling AJLUI Goku
shit? 23Q is shit.
He's not that shit. He's not that shit, bro. He is. He's not that shit once he gets his revive off. He's definitely not.
No, he's still shit. No. One mil defense and guard is not cutting it for most of the events.
I mean, he's taking normals.
He's taking normals after you revive, though. So 1 million defense and guard is good for.
But I mean, by the time you get to Gogeta, you're reviving, right? I mean, by the time that happens, you're getting to Gogeta.
What about every other bro? He can die in the phases before that. Like he takes a lot of damage.
I mean, sure, but it depends on how quickly. It depends on how quickly you get UI Goku's revive up, for sure.
UI Goku. Well, you're not getting that, so.
Well, I mean, you definitely can. You definitely can.
Bro,
I've gotten UI Goku's revive multiple times. I think you're overrated. I think you're underrating his revive.
You can get it. It's the same as STR Vegeto's fusion, bro. It's just not consistent whatsoever.
Why would you last meta? Hold on, buddy. I loved 23rd World Tournament Goku last meta. What are you talking about? I loved him. There is no doubt in my mind that 23rd World Tournament Goku was like this good. The reason why I think God Goku is like I was falling off of God Goku even before the 9th year anniversary even happened, right? Like I was falling off of this unit even before it happened. I was rating 23rd World Tournament Goku even before 9th year anniversary. So
a pretty decent argument for Future Gohan there. And Ultimate Gohan, you're just delusional, bro. I don't know what else to tell you there.
Sorry, buddy.
You're just wrong.
Sorry, man. Sorry, buddy.
You can get away with it now because 2 other Gohans have released that I like, but I mean, you're just wrong about them.
I mean, no, not really. So what is
no, I mean you are. Cell Max, bro. How is he even remotely bad in Cell Max? He tanks really well for the first turns of injury. He has Beast Gohan, which protects him for the next turn, and then you stun, bro. He can stun twice in a turn, by the way. Like what?
Like
what are you talking about?
That's like top 30 with T-Wars and shit like that. Sorry, buddy. Maybe I do have Rebrianne a little too high. Maybe. Although with
I'm pretty
Tobo's
sure
team.
I'm pretty sure Truth has Ultimate Gohan higher than you. I'm not even joking.
Yeah, probably. Like I said, man, I might have been like in a drunken haze when I made this fucking tier list.
Dumbass haze, bro.
Dumbass haze. That's funny. Anyway. Yeah, that's. I mean, overall, I think me and Alan pretty much just agree. You know, Gohan's below Broly. That's a fact. Okay, W.
I don't agree with that.
Anyway, I think that's gonna do it for today's stream. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate you all for staying and tuning in, and you know, thank you for the subs, any new members. Hope you guys enjoy the streams and stuff like that and the content. With that said, I have a graduation party that I have to go to soon, so I love y'all. Stay safe.
Graduation
Strive to be better
party.
people every single day, and I'll see you all in the next one.